Yep, you're right. Whoa, that's loud. That's so loud. Doesn't get lucky slowed anymore. Sick. I like this. I like this. This is good. This is a good thing I'm listening to. I want the hotline. I need to. OST. There we go. Listen to that today. Bam! Wah! What up? This is fun. I like the little animation. It's a good time. Alright, I want to play a quick round of Team Fortress 2, and then we're going to jump right into programming my board game. Actually, let's get some coding out of the way first, because there's one thing I absolutely want to do that I think. I worked very late last night. Hello! How you doing, cheesecakes? Welcome to the stream. What we're doing, for those unfamiliar, is I made a board game with some friends of mine. We kickstarted it, and then I'm turning that physical board game, which is just out of frame right here. Let me go grab it. Move it down a notch. There we go. Hello. That's a little easier to see. My wife's gonna hate that I'm taking over her filing cabinet, but whatever. Here is me, and that's the board game that I made with some friends of mine. And I'm taking that board game and I am turning it into a web app. So I'm just gonna get it up and running. Hey! Hello! How you doing, Odie? Let's get this thing, let's get it started. It is a full stack React TypeScript front end ish. I'm pretty lazy with the TypeScript on the front end. Fully TypeScript back end, running NodeJS, I think version 22. You can check that with Node-V. Yeah, Node 22. And on top of that, I am connecting that all to a Postgres database, which has been a bit of a nightmare because I made the choice to save every move directly to the database, and that's one of the worst things you can do. I now alter the game state in RAM. One is altering the state, and then the other, the parallel process to that is I'm tracking the state changes over time. So if I go npm start here, I installed a Node library called concurrency, one of those two. And what that allows me to do, get this friggin' sidebar out of the way, is it allows me to run the front end and the back end with a single command. And you can actually check that out right here. Okay, JSON, WebApp. So my top level folder isn't actually a Git repo. It's just, ooh, Studebaker Starlight. I really love the old school Ford Galaxy. I do want to get one of those one day and make it an electric car. Nice. Gorgeous. Ooh. I love the sort of atomic era front end. Beautiful cars. Yeah, I think the Ford Galaxy in the same year. Yeah. Look at that. God, the dual headlights, the drop top. Let's see. Honestly, I want it 4 parts, and then I just want to gut it and turn it into an electric car. If at all possible. Yeah, they're expensive. But look at that. Gorgeous. So many. I love the side-by-side headlights. The vertical ones don't do it quite so much for me. And the baby blue. Oh, that is a beautiful looking car. My car right now is a 1994 Buick Roadmaster. I should make a video about it. It's the estate wagon. This is my car. It's the best. It's got 3-row bench seats. The rear 2 seats look backwards out the back glass. It has so much space in it. It's like a pickup truck in terms of how big the bed is. I fit an entire contractor 10-inch table saw in the back of this thing that I bought off some dude from Facebook Marketplace. I've been getting so much use out of this thing. It has an LT1, which is a small block V8 that they used in the Corvette in the same year. It has the top isn't aluminum, it's iron. It's not quite as rev happy as the Corvette because it's detuned for torque. It's really got a lot of low-end grunt, and it's got the tow package on it, which means it could allegedly tow up to 5,000 pounds, and it has a limited slip differential. It is so friggin' crazy. I'll do a walkthrough of it someday. I love it to death. Anyway, yeah, I think that dude left, but I'll jump into the game. What's happening now is instead of doing a move and writing to the database, we're keeping track of the game's state in memory, which makes it a ton faster. I'm gonna do a move, which is just buy a PR. Oh, I don't have any money because, oh, this is the main bug that I want to deal with today. With all these edits, the initial ticker item disappears, and I don't know why. So we're gonna try to figure that out. Oh, Freddy Giddy. Love this guy. We'll think about that. But if I end my turn, look, instantaneous. It doesn't like load. It doesn't go through all the database writes, which in total combined all the database writes that I was doing between moves was about 1 to 2 seconds. And you feel it. It doesn't sound like much, but it's like 0.5 milliseconds for this one action, 0.7 milliseconds for this next one, and like 0.13 to 0.2 for reads. It's too much. It's too much. Yeah, see, this is the first card here. As you can see, player 2 end turn didn't register, and basically the latest action isn't pushing to the ticker, and I don't know why, and we're gonna figure that out today. I think I'm gonna do this because do this. I can buy a battery for 1. It's stealing energy steal it from green. I'll buy a factory. I just have to build 1 more battery and I complete this contract. And I have enough money for that. It was a bit of the roll of the dice, but no news is good news. Cool. This is really working out well. I was up till 5 last night, and then I didn't fall asleep till 9 in the morning. Just cranking on this thing all night long. Anyway. Mega Man 9 Rock Medley. Alright, we're on a Freddy Getty kick. I like it. This is a YouTuber I used to follow for a long time. This guy, Freddy Getty. He's old school YouTube. Alright, so the main thing that I want to deal with is I need to use the state comparator on both the front end and the back end, and anything that happens on the front end and the back end has to go into my meta library. I'm still debating whether to turn this thing into TypeScript and have this thing be a mono repo. It would make the syncing easier because I have to do this whole syncing function to pull the library, and meanwhile it's all right here. I could get away with a mono repo pretty easily, and then I could have at the top level this guy. something to consider. I just feel like maybe we'll keep thinking about it. It would be nice to convert this guy to TypeScript because it's all JavaScript right now. Nothing's actually runnable. It's just a library you pull in. And I already have ways of compiling TypeScript or transpiling TypeScript in my API and my front end. Meaning, if I pull in TypeScript files, they'll get compiled properly, transpiled properly. I keep saying compiled. I got my computer engineering degree. I had to do a lot of Java and C. And those are compilation. Well, Java's got its own. I can't even describe it. I don't use it, so I don't want to pretend. But C is all compiled into machine language. Anywho, the main thing that I wanted to do was find this one file, which is get to a diff. Get to a diff custom. And unfortunately it's typed, which is why I want to. I don't see why I can't make it a TypeScript file. I just call it like types class const. Like I can make an oodle here or a lib. Oh, I do have a lib.js. I can do a lib cost and then a lib state. We'll just make a file called lib for now, a folder. Lib is short for library. Okay. And then what I can do is grab my get to a custom diff. Get to a diff custom. I tried to do a generic to make this happen, but it was fighting me tooth and nail. Save that. One of these files is going to break because it's not seeing that file anymore. I go over to my new state.ts and bam. Alright, so I got to rip. Okay. So I've created types here. I have a types file. And I have an interface file here. And I can rip all this out and just shove it in. That sounds about right. Because I will eventually want the front end to see this. Okay, great. And now you are complaining about. Oh, where did I import these beforehand? Yeah. Great. Cool. That's really great. This and this. Blacklist. Yeah, that's just backend, so it's fine. So. I just want to back out to interface here. This doesn't matter anymore. And same thing, back out to interface here. Great. Now what did I do? What did I just do? There is a meta library that has functionality that matters both to the front end and back end, and that library is pulled and referenced to a spot within my guys here, which is making me want to do a mono repo out of this. Like I know 5 years from now, this is the tough thing. This is the thing that makes people burn out when coding. Every decision you got to think 1, 5, and 10 years out. Now, if you're a guy like me who hops around a little bit, and I essentially make myself a martyr, a code martyr, which is dumb, but like, people need something to blame and kvetch in order to work around things that aren't working quite as much as you want them to. And so, it's sometimes nice to have a contractor that you can just pin the blame on and send the heat to when you're a permanent employee, when something might be your fault. But so you stay on the company's good side in order to do the things that, you know, need to happen. This is very, I'm mixing software development with soft skills here. But there's certain things you can do, like blame the contractor, which it's very easy to do because they're not a part of the team. They're temporary help, they're mercenaries, and they're going to do things wrong because they don't understand the core values of what you're building. And sometimes they are going to make decisions that go against your core values, and you have to essentially create some sort of wrapper around what they've done, or you have to implement their logic in the company's way. And what I'm thinking right now is I'm used to having a Git repo being the front end, a Git repo being the back end, but they're incestuous isn't exactly the right word, but it's close to it. The front end and the back end, because it is showing, I need some of the processing logic on the front end so that I don't send bad moves to the back end, and so I can transform the data in the same way that the back end transforms the data. And I need to do that so I can show animations, which is the whole reason I'm breaking out this state. I hope some of this makes sense to somebody, because it is a lot. What I've done is I've taken that logic that goes across between the front end and the back end, and I added it into my meta repo. Did not make sense. Okay. If you could tell me where you're lost, that would be very helpful, so I can try to help get you on board with me. I sprinkled in a little life experience in there, which is just how the coding world works. But I have this lost everywhere. Oh jeez. So I'm gonna place on a little chiller. This is a lot. Gotcha. Yeah, dude, do what you gotta do. This is a... I called my Discord Sporpy Hall for a reason, is I don't want... I'm very distracted throughout my day. I needed a study hall to get work done. So, as long as you're working on something, you feel free to go off and do that. I don't want to steal your attention away from it. It's this weird ADHD thing where, like, if I'm around other people working, I work a lot better. Anyway. What I'm doing is I'm passing in my two-way array. Ooh, actually, so these are no longer necessary. Game state. So I converted game state from being a class, which has its own object descriptor, to an interface, which means it's an object with an expected structure, but classes have their own jargon attached to it, which makes them hard to compare. And I was like comparing an object to a class, and it just would never work. Good, I'm glad you like it. So this banger music is, I believe it's Sixto Sounds. There's this whole website of OC Remix. Super cool game community. They take video game music and they add a bunch of really, I don't know, they make it high quality and they remix it with like regular instruments instead of just being onboard synths. Amazing community, super cool. I learned about it from there's this Grand Theft Auto like bloopers series. Get to it. I can get rid of all of you. I don't think I used any of this. Sure. It's just my documentation. It's funny, I write documentation to try to start to solve things. And this deep equal, I use an internal JavaScript library now. Ooh. I don't think I need this. It's saved in a previous commit, so. I don't know what Bobucks is. Don't know why this is the one JavaScript thing in here. This is just a holdover from when I converted the project from JavaScript to TypeScript. Did I make this TypeScript? I do also want to convert my sorry. Should be a number. See if it fails. Alright, so I want to basically add everything in. You can see right here the diff works. I was very excited last night around some wee hour in the morning. I saw the sunrise last night. Move diff to meta library. Cool. Push that. Status, add. What did I modify here? Oh. Oh, that's not gonna work. Damn. Alright, I might have broken something. Yeah, see, this is why it would be nice to be a mono repo. I'm just gonna move my camera for a quick sec. I'm trying to pull a file. This sucks. This is what I get for vibe coding my database. Not my database, my whole app. that doesn't exist yet. So what I need to do is git add. Oh god, I did this for all of them. Yeah, see. It's trying to... I should have updated it. This is what I get for updating the imports. It's now trying to treat it as a library. Which is why it might be nice to just make this thing a monorepo. It's just me, so it's fine to do that. What I've done is essentially made a project structure that's better for a team. And I'm used to teams where we have captains on every aspect. Like there was a front-end lead, a back-end lead, which I sort of traded on and off with. And I eventually became the back-end lead for some of our microservices at one of my startups that I worked at. And then the database lead, which I kind of also was. And then I didn't really have much to do with the front end. The front end I hated. It felt excessive to me, so I'm happy I didn't work on it. This sucks. So what I want to do is I don't want to git pull. This is what I want to do. Now you should work. Okay. So this whole shtick here, what I gotta do. Alright, I'm gonna listen to something else. Hotline 92, save me. So now I gotta go into all these and replace this line. I'm not gonna do this today, make it the monorepo, although it would be nice. But I can't right now because if you're sitting between two states, it's best to move it over to one. Yeah, so excuse me. So what I'm doing is I'm saying instead of going backwards, just go to the module that I've already added into my repo. I can see if there's any others. Yep. What are you? I've definitely broken some things, but I fixed a lot more than I broke. Let's just see if I can import game state. / card verbose. Ooh, did I? So that one worked. This one didn't. I broke it. Ah, there you are. Nice. All right. I think that covers it. So, in short, I offloaded more information to my meta library, and also I have all these constant types that are now situated in an intermediate library that both my front end and back end have access to. I'm just gonna quickly click through all these and make sure that let's see. Player from. See, this is where it gets confusing. There's a copy of my meta library in both my front end and back end. And what I could do instead is, like I said, mono repo, back out to the whole repo's source and go to that meta library. So I'm always extracting from the same place, except from, instead of extracting from a copy of the front end and back end. What is this? Types. Yeah, this is all worked. So whatever path this is, it will match. Dot slash. So timeline controller. I'm going to add all the ones that I've done already so I don't repeat myself. Use controller, payment. There's this little guy right there. It tells me that I'm on a branch that's been edited. Go back to get status. WebApp. I haven't changed on you. Oh, I added Lodash, which I don't think I use anywhere. Yeah. Cool. All right. Now I don't need to add the packages JSON. Status, we'll clear first. Great, now I got rid of the packet.json as well. So game state and game manager aren't used here. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to save them for now. You're using Wikipedia for Blender? Why? Clear. Not Blender. What are you doing? I fixed, yeah. Timeline controller should be done. Player's not even used. Use verbose. That worked fine. Those. No, I never John freaking Mark on last draft. Blueprints for an old NASCAR. Alright. I'm sure there's some open source race car out there you're going to be able to use. State. Alright. Some helper. State helper's fine. change helper, associated med slide. Timeline modifier. Is it dot/game state? There we go. Timeline. I don't even know what Arca is. Let's find out. Yeah, it's called Digital Network. Interesting. Here's something. Can rip this off. Yeah, all the deleted stuff I can just get rid of. What are you doing? I know you're not. Jeez. Sometimes that. Types. Registry. Oh, actually, is this right? No, I think yeah. Why? No, it should go from. Oh, yes. That card. Oh, God, I hate that. Yes. That's fine. Contract verbose, award verbose, game state. So what I'm doing is I'm just fixing to make sure that all these changes are valid. And then I might even go back and do a mono repo after this. Equipment, contract. So wrapper, not even used. Shouldn't have auto-completed. Okay. See, I'm just matching up the file paths here. Use verbose, card controller. Summit news. Fine. Cool. Great. Now, Firefox up and running. Backend. No, run. Client never worked. Okay. Backend still busted. Why? There we go. Ooh. There we go. It's better. See, I'm still trying to rip it from the original spot. This is why this sucks. Okay, turn type. Clear. Start it up again. Let's see what else is still broken. Just this guy. Didn't edit these in the right spot. So, types, great, vector, types miscellaneous, okay. Turn types, great. What I can technically do, just copy this, overwrite the meta. This is why this gets annoying. Take you, paste you in. Come on. There we go. A player. Is that great? A lot of work. Now we should start. Great. Go to the front end, start this up too. Okay, still works, still not getting the ticker. Draw 3 cards. Why not? It's so much faster now, it's great. Great, this is really cool. So, all that work. And now I have my types on my front end and back end. And I can use my object comparator on the front end and back end. Hey man, maybe start smaller if this isn't working for you. Sometimes you gotta just do something dumb to progress. Oh, Jesus. This was a lot, but it's really nice to know that I can just force my meta files to be TypeScript and they just work, which is great. I'm debating turning these into JSON files. There's still some hard-coded mess when it comes to displaying cards. And there's no really easy way to play with any cards that don't exist within the game. I think this could be TypeScript pretty easily. Yeah. Nice. It's subtle, but like, the more unity you can have in your project, the easier time you're going to have with it. I'll be right back. capture. T2. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, so the main thing I want to do today is start transforming the initial state with that library that I've now added to the shared repo of meta actions. I'm back. We are rolling. Glue milkshake. TF2 names are some of the funniest just the things in the world. Also, oh dude, you said something. Are you alright? You said something about your dog. Some Bobucks. Hell yeah. What is that Roblox money? Still trying to figure out you kids and your lingo. Oh, Robux. Gotcha. I'm really sorry to hear that, dude. God, ugh. Damn. You're reminding me of, this is not a... Hopefully this is more of me relating to your pain. Yeah, I get that. Hopefully this is more me relating to your pain than, just turn this down a little bit. Yeah, hopefully this is, like I said, more me relating to your pain than making this about me. My childhood dog, Charcoal, who I named in the car ride after we picked her up. It's funny, my dad was traveling a lot, and then one day my mom just decided to get a dog. And she was my mom's little princess. So I kind of just got her one day. And we got her when I was probably in, I don't know, she passed away sometime when I was in college. And then one break I came home, I think it was winter because it felt cold. And you know, I wasn't present for her passing away. She passed away in the kennel, which is something dogs tend to do, is when they're kind of holding on, they wait for a moment when they're away from the family to pass away so they don't spread whatever they have. They're very sweet creatures. And just casually I saw a new box sitting on my parents' shelf. And that box was her cremated remains. And then that night, I had a beer, or a few, and I just broke down crying in that kitchen, just holding her, saying I wish, you know, I could have been there for her when she passed. It's tough, man. Dogs passing away is because they're just so innocent. They're so, like, they just don't fathom how the world around them works. It's just such a heartbreaking thing. second dog you've lost this year, and someone died this spring from your school. Jeez, dude. You're going through it. It's rough, man. These experiences are incredibly transformative, and they can make or break you. 5 or 6. That's pretty young for a dog, man. I'm sorry. I am aware you're larger than 5 or 6. You probably wouldn't be going to school with 5 or 6-year-olds based on how grades break up, but I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Ugh, that sucks. That really sucks, dude. My heart's breaking for you. Jeez, what happened to the person from your school? Was it some sort of accident or cancer? Yeah, dude. Someone dying young is a heartbreaking and really tends to really make you reevaluate how your life's going. I have a friend. He was in my fraternity. We weren't especially close, but he was on his moped and he got into an accident. And I just, for the longest time, heard these 2 words ringing in my head of moped box truck from the news article where he collided with the box truck and just instantly died. Ugh. Hurts, dude. So I spent Saturday night just crying like a baby because my wife wanted to find a movie for us. She saw a trailer on Netflix for Instant Family, which is about adoption. And like this family who hasn't had kids before adopting children. And meanwhile, she was awake for the first 30 minutes of it and then passed out. And then I watched the remainder of the 2-hour movie and I was just bawling. Ugh. Heavy weekend. Thou shalt yeet or yote. So there was a really low power line. Thank you very much, but touch it still. Yikes. Yeah, we learned about that in Boy Scouts. If you see someone downed near a power line, you don't go anywhere near it. Electricity is one of the most terrifying things in the world because there's certain fires that you can't see just because of what's burning. Electricity is just one of those killers that you just can't see. Like, even if it's wood, wood's a good insulator. There's still things that have a high enough voltage to jump through anything. It's terrifying. Spooky, man. We're all at all times seconds away from death. And because of the comforts of modern living, we don't have to face it like our ancestors did, quite at the same level. Ugh. What are you saying here? Yeah, that's why this is a common electrician's trick to see if something's electrocuted. You touch it with the back of your hand because electricity makes we're electric beings. we work off of electric impulses, and that's what contracts our muscles. If you're going to touch something, you always touch it with the back of your hand if you think it's electrified, because if it is, your muscles contract, and that way you don't grip it. There was one time I was unplugging a computer from a power strip, and I was pulling the plug, and I pinched my fingers on the neutral and the hot lead, and I felt this. It was like those shock pens, those gag shock pens. Holy shit. That's really funny. Yeah. There's a phrase that it's been kicking around in my mind a lot lately, which is memento mori, remember death. It's a good just thing to remember. Keep it in the corner of your eye. Dude. Well, has there been any discussion about potentially getting a new dog? I feel like a dog without a home, like a home without a dog, is just an empty place. Yep. Ah, I knew that was happening. Probably won't for a while. All right. I wonder how I can activate my channel points. Fuck. What are you doing on my Discord? Oh, dang. I'm not gonna scan that because QR code sketched me out. Look nice, man. What'd you make? Yeah, I'm not scanning that. That's how you get hacked. Oh my god, I'm on fire. I'm on fire, baby. Alright, fine. I'll do it. I'm gonna hate you forever if I get hacked. All right. Hilarious. Amazing. Let's listen to that. I don't know, dude. There's surprising people who can destroy your life through the internet. All right. You just got rickrolled, buddy. This from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna leave you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna roll around and desert you. Forward and boost. And hurt you. We've known each other for so long. You're not making, but you're too shy to say it. Oh, it's not good. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, I'm too glad to see you. I'm gonna run around and desert you. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, God. The issue is the song's a banger. So there's no way that any form of me listening to it will ever be a punishment. Never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. I'm struggling though. It's been a while since I played. Oh. Make you cry. We're gonna listen to 1 hour of a song now.
I don't owe you my heart, and I don't owe you my body,
but you should know that I'm sorry for being careless with you. Lord knows I owe you more. And I'm pretty sure I never forgive anybody. But I can't pin down what normal people want them for in objects. What did I say? Like me. So I can hold your hand and keep you at arm's length. Don't hang me from a branch like a silent ship. This ambition, this diamond and rough. I can more than just before you feel crushing. I swear I'm really trying. Oh. Nope. Here I can. Got it. This is a wild song. I like it. It's essentially about a manic episode. Yes, you are here. I'm still lonely. That morbid sore where even company can cure me, and the more you reassure, the less I trust. But still, you gave me your heart. What are you doing? You're bouncing around like an SCP. Did you see that? The whole. Now. Clothes when we make the closest thing to love that I'm capable of, and I don't know why you would care, but I'm really trying. Oh, I'm sorry, I promise I'm doing my best. I'm just standing here, baby, human as you are. Did I use that knife? Yes, I did. Yeah, I use it all the time, actually. It's great. It's super useful. I love the word craft, like I'm Nick Minecraft over here. Yeah, dude, I've taken it. I've opened a lot of boxes with it. It's great for that. It's not really a whittling knife. It sort of struggles with rigidity. Pissing. Move on. So, like I said, main focus of today. I want to send the initial state to the front end, and then I want to step through the state with the state change array, my state change history. I don't know where I put it though. Say happy birthday, Team Fortress 2. What? Hang on. $2,007, jeez. So, 8. Gosh dang, it's 18. That's crazy. This game would be considered a legal adult, and I'm, well, on October 10th. That's nuts. Spee. I'll play this. Yeah, this sucks. It's just a bunch of consts. Here's the nice thing. I do get definitive strings here. I was thinking about doing a playthrough of Mega Man Legends 2. It's one of my favorite games. More so because Mega Man Legends 1 is one of my favorite games, and it's just the sequel. Well, that's pretty nuts. What got you into Blender all of a sudden? Oh, you're dispensing great, buddy. Worth it. Making a Roblox game called Racing Blocks. Nice. Didn't find the cars I'm looking for. Alright. Well, the fun thing about video games is you don't need to make the whole thing. You can play a lot of pretend. If you can just make the shell kind of look like what you need it to. I would honestly try to get the game playable first, as opposed to getting the assets to look right. Make sure your game's fun first, and then you can work backwards to making it look pretty. That's sort of the way that I always do things. So you're trying to go for that. Need cars? No, you don't. You need a game object to race around in a circle, and that could be a brick. So. Technically, you don't. You can also just find free cars on I don't know, Thingiverse or something, somewhere where there's no copy issues. Alright, no one's supporting me. We're done. Here, royalty free. Sketchfab. Car. There's one, there's one, there's one. There's your friggin', there's your Studebaker. Look at that. Rusty old car. You can race that car right now. I'll just get something that's not too... Yeah, look at that. There's your race car. Bam. I'm gonna pop this in chat. I'll give you a little secret about games. The tires aren't actually connecting with the ground. There's like a function happening to determine friction, but it's not the real world. It's all make-believe and pretend, and you're making the thing look like it's racing as opposed to actually racing a thing. So you can pick anything and race it around in a circle. Here's one of the tricks to life is you can cheat and cut corners to create the simulacrum of an image. Like, my game looked like garbage when I first made it, and it's looking better and better, but I wanted the game to work first, and then from there get the whole it looking pretty thing. That's how I care about things. You might want to have assets and kind of Lego box them around and move them around in a sandbox and then make the game. There's no right answer to it. You're backfilling garbage to make an image. There we go. That's better. And also, like, understand what you're good at. You might be better at Lewis scripting than you are 3D model design. And that's fine. No one's good at everything. I'm not good at marketing, communications, that sort of thing. I'm good at product design. I'm decent at coding. And I'm good at translating an idea. But I'm not great with hype. You know, it's just what I am. It's okay to be that. I got a great little tidbit from an uncle of mine, which was cheeks at scripting. Okay. All right. Well, you might get better over time and cheat. Use some LLMs. Use some pre-made scripts. All right. This is not working. There we go. I need Natasha. Slow down some honkies. It is almost 10. Here's the thing. Be okay with making garbage. Just make absolute garbage and say, I'm going to make some garbage. And then it's not going to be as garbage as you think it's going to be. Give yourself permission to not be good at things. And be okay with having an idea and like not fulfilling your dream image of the thing when you first make it. Because you're not gonna. That's just what it is. Whatever you have in your head is not going to line up with whatever you make. But honestly, making the thing makes the better thing. So make the thing, you know? Yeah, we're not evenly matched here. I'm gonna make you suffer for that. Oh my god. Alright. Finish this game out begrudgingly. I'm gonna take a wheeze. And then we're gonna try to get the state to move back and forward on the front end. Great, we're done. Okay. Like I said, I'll be right back. See you in 2 secs. Okay, we're back. Yeah, look at that. Ugh. What I want is, instead of my game state, I want, I'm gonna go to game. I want this init state instead. I could also just send game state as init state. So what I'm doing is I'm having my move number like everything's downstream of the move number plus how the state's transformed over time. Let's just fix the ticker issue for now. We can call it after that. Yeah. Ugh, God. Can't mention player by ID. It's not allowed to be within. It's annoying. Oh, state.ts. This is where our issue is coming from. Found, running, go. All right, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Best of luck. Study up. Yeah, dude. Turn off your screens. Get some sleep. Thanks for stopping by, Odie. Great to see you. it. I think that's better. Somewhere. Okay. Did. Yeah. Right there. It's right there. What are we doing here? So it's present. We have state change history. It's the off by one error. Dumb. There it is. Fixed it. Look at that. You either want less than -1 or less than that. You want that. Or that. It's so simple. So silly. All right, no one's here. I'm going to bed. Night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Lovely to have you on the stream. Catch you in another one. Bye.